Hello everyone. Today we will try to have a glimpses with respect to the facing operation. Now, facing operation, it can be done in a lathe. Before going into the facing operation directly, we should know something about the lathe. Lathe is basically a turning machine that works on the principle where the cutting tool can remove the material in the form of a chip from a rotating workpiece to produce a circular object. This is accomplished in a lathe which holds the workpiece rigidly and rotates the material at high speeds, while the cutting tool moves against the workpiece, which is held rigidly by the work holding device called as the chuck. Normally, in the case of the lathe, there are three distinct parts will be there. The first one is nothing but the headstock. The second one is nothing but a tailstock. The another one is a carriage. The tool is fixed in a tool post which is placed on the carriage. A V-shaped cutting tool is held against the workpiece opposes its direction of the rotation when it is moved parallel to the axis of the rotation to produce a circular surfaces. Normally, the tool material will be harder than that of the workpiece material. Facing. Facing is an operation which is done in the lathe from the work face by feeding the tool at right angle to the work axis at an end of the workpiece to produce a flat surface. The main purpose of the facing is to remove the rough surface on the face of the work and have a finished surface. To have a face at a right angle to the axis of the workpiece. To have the reference plane to mark and measure the length of the workpiece. To maintain the total length of the workpiece. These are the main purposes of the normal facing which has to be done in a component. Now, here the figure shows that the first one is the chuck. In the chuck, the workpiece is held. Especially in the case of the lathe, there are two different types of chucks it can be used. Either it may be a 3-jaw chuck or it may be a 4-jaw chuck. 3-jaw chuck is also called as a self-centering chuck. If the objects or the components are of circular, then the 3-jaw chuck is used. If the components are irregular, then the 4-jaw chucks are used. Then the tool is placed in a tool holder and is moved against to the workpiece, which is perpendicular in direction. Procedure. Measure the given dimension of the workpiece. By using the facing operation, reduces the length of the model. After facing both the sides, countersinking operation it should be done. After countersinking, the workpiece can be held between the two centers. The first one is the dead center, the another one is a live center. The facing is carried out at one side or it may be both the side. Normally in the beginning of the operation, facing it will be done from that which acts as a reference plane. From there the dimensions it will be measured. This is a specimen which has to be prepared in the machine shop. Both the ends, before doing the countersinking operations, facing it has to be done, and then the exact dimension of the component it should be measured. This is a pictorial view of the facing operation.